All right, we're going to jump right into another flam idea, sticking with our theme from the past few lessons where we're dealing with flams. And right now, I'm going to show you an idea that we can apply to the drum kit and get some really interesting creative rhythms happening between the hands. I want to thank you for tuning in to this lesson, but a lot of the people who are watching my lessons are not yet subscribed to my channel. So I encourage you to please subscribe to my channel so that I continue to grow the YouTube channel and I can keep providing lessons like this. So this idea is going to be a right-left followed by Swiss triplets. And what that's going to do is that's still going to give us that rhythm in the right hand that can be called the cinquillo, which is cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, boom. That's going to be in the right hand, but the left hand is going to be spelling out a different rhythm. So let's get into it right now. I'm going to play it slowly for you so you can check it out, but here's what it is. Right, left, and then 2 Swiss triplets following that. Now what we can do with that is then we would accent in the left hand beat 2, and that will give us a very cool groove. Now keep in mind when you play this on the drum set, you want to turn those into double stops. So I'm going to put my rubber tip on the tip of my stick. These are a great practice tool if you don't know about them already. Vic Firth makes these and they make it so that you can practice anywhere. So I'm going to put that on the tip and then pretend like I'm playing on the hi-hat. And then what that's going to do is give us that da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da boom in the right hand. But then you're going to get some really interesting grace notes happening in the left hand. Now that is another variation that David Garibaldi draws from when he is doing what he calls the King Kong beat, which is the basis of a lot of what he created for the band Tower of Power. But the way that I really like to utilize this idea is to take and start it with the left again. So that's going to be similar to our paradiddles with flams on the diddles, but we're now going to have a different rhythm spelled out in the left hand. So let me go ahead and play this on the pad, starting with the left. So now let me move the left hand over here to the countertop so you can really hear the rhythm that this left hand is playing. So even though this is a pretty straightforward flam rudimental idea, the way that you orchestrate it around the kit can really give you some very creative and interesting voicings. I've mentioned this in previous lessons, but I like to put my left hand on a pandero or cowbell or mini timbales, but you can put your left hand on anything that you can possibly imagine, including household items to get started, or if you have some kind of SPDS or some kind of electronic pad with a lot of different ideas or sounds in it, you can put that to the left, and really the sky's the limit on what you can do with your left hand once you get comfortable leading this thing with the left. This idea and about 200 other rudimental ideas that work on the drum set are all within my Endless Possibilities PDF, so I really encourage you to check that out. It is available at a very special rate, so if you just click that link in the description, you can take advantage of that rate and get Endless Possibilities now. Another thing that is interesting to note is that this idea now, when you start it with the left hand, is very similar to the sticking that is on my shirt, which is left, left, right, left, right, left, right, right. Now, if I play that sticking and then start adding Swiss triplets on the E, it becomes this idea. But let me play that sticking first. Okay, I'm going to put left hand over here on the counter so you can really hear what's going on. Now I'm going to add the Swiss triplets starting on the E, because that's what happens when you start this idea with the left. So let me put my rubber tip so I can get a different sound, and then pick it up and speed a little bit. So this is why it's important for us to learn and practice our flam rudiments, because when I throw an idea out that you might be interested in, something like this, you want to be, 80 to 90% there because you already have your flams together. And then when I show you something that can sound cool in the kit, you can get it together in a relatively quick manner. So if you haven't yet, go back and check out my earlier lessons on flam control, and that'll show you some of what you can do to develop your flams and kind of get to a point where you can start playing these ideas. So then that sounds really cool when I start doing that, maybe with the left hand on the pandero, right hand on the cowbell, or maybe even doing cross stick in the left hand, right hand on the hi-hat and coming down, right? You can get creative with this and really come up with some different voicings that maybe nobody else has done before. So I encourage you to get creative with this and really try to come up with some of your own ideas and variations based off of this very simple rudimental idea. Hey, Stanton Moore here, and I'm super excited to tell you about my Endless Possibilities ebook. This ebook is all of my favorite rudimental drumming vocabulary in one place, reduced down to one surface. This is the vocabulary that I've compiled over many years of studying Philly Joe Jones, Steve Gadd, Elvin Jones, and many other great drummers. If you have even a basic grasp of the rudiments, you'll be able to play most of the material in this ebook. And I've written every example and every measure so that it'll work in jazz, rock, and funk contexts. You can keep searching forever to try to figure out creative ways to apply the rudiments to the kit, or you can dig into the Endless Possibilities ebook, which is a skeleton key that will unlock the mysteries of how to apply rudiments to the drum set. Take advantage of this special offer to start discovering the endless possibilities of how to apply the rudimental knowledge that you already know how to play. I can't wait to see the ideas that you come up with. So before I wrap up this lesson, let me just play it really slowly for you. So if you need to see it slow and you want to play this along with me, I'm going to play it for a little bit of time so that you can see what it is and maybe play it along with me as well. So let me go ahead and play this one more time, but this time I'm going to stretch the space in between the grace note and the primary note of the flam. So, sometimes if you want to spread those flams out and make things sound more open and wide, you can, but I want to just kind of give you an idea of some of what you can do with this as far as the phrasing and the spacing of the flam. And you heard towards the end there, I started going for double stops, and that can sound a little bit like flat flams when you're playing on the pad, but I just want to show you the wide range of things that you can do just by experimenting with the spacing of that grace note. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, and also hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when I'm coming out with new lessons. So thanks again for checking this out, and I'll see you down the line.